Hello and welcome. I hope you are well. I've got the wine here that I would love to tell you about is the Bâtard-Montrachet Grand Cru Jean-Claude Ramonet 2019. Historical estate started by Pierre Ramonet 1920. Third generation family members, the Jean-Claude Ramonet, Noël Ramonet, managing the estate, making those great wines. And truly they build up the estate to the great point by acquiring the vineyards consistently over the century. So Montrachet, quarter of a hectare, great. I think my favorite of all the Montrachet produced. Then there is a Bâtard and Bienvenue. I have slight preference over towards Bienvenue. Then there's a Chassagne-Montrachet. There's a the newest addition, which is Corton Charlemagne. So that's the 5 Grand Cru. I think they benchmark and the best that Burgundy has to offer for white wine. So I think they still, and I think still prices for Ramonet are relatively cheap. Now, what other vineyards are? I mean, there's 17 hectares. There's a lot to choose from. I'm just looking here as a reference. There is Chassagne-Montrachet Premier Cru Rouchot. There is a Morgeau, Premier Cru Le Caire, Verger, Boudriot, Chum. So as you see, there's a lot, and most of their vineyards is on the Chassagne side. In Chassagne, is great Chassagne vineyards. Then there is a smaller appellation as well, like Chassagne Village, Bouzereau, Bourgogne Blanc, Aligoté, Pernand Vergelès, Beyfi. So access point for Ramonet wines is actually extremely easy in relative terms. There are some restaurants like Obo Dumont, for example, in Bonn, where you can pick up half a bottle of Chassagne for €48, €50. So they're very friendly in terms of their prices. So most of their vineyards and most of the wines they really know are the whites. They do as well have a number of reds, like Chassagne, Montrachet Premier Cru, Clos de la Boudriot, Clos Saint-Jean, Le Morgeau, and Bourgogne Rouge. So there are red wines, but from as you can see, from smaller appellation. Now, 60-year-old vines, half a hectare they got, 60-year-old vines, about 50% new oak. So that's that. As you can see, bright lemon yellow. It's not really, nothing really quite consistent with what you would expect. Well, it is young wine, 5 years old, but it is on the young side. Those sort of wines, in my opinion, between 10 to 20 years. That's from my experience where they best. But let's give it a go. I drank this already. I had some of it already before. I think what is really fascinating in this particular wine is how aromatically structured this wine is. There's a lot. Chardonnays are usually not very aromatic, but this has actually a lot to offer. And this is both. This is sort of grape varietal and winemaking varietal. Grape aromas and secondary characteristics of the oak. There's a quite intense aroma here of toasted vanilla, sort of the citrus oil, green apple. There is that sort of the there's that smokiness. There's that smoke aroma, sunflower oil, and of course quite intense aroma of sort of wet, gravelly mineral perfume, which white Burgundies are really known for. So this all there, quite pretty aroma. It does have certain warmth and ripeness, as you would expect, because 19 is a warm vintage. So there's the element of those characteristics there. Great. Ripe, round, creamy. You've got those sort of citrus oil, green apples, a bit of a toastiness, toasted brioche. What this one's got really lovely. You've got that creamy roundness and ripeness. beautifully supported by that sort of nervy, flinty minerality running from the really initial attack to the back palate. Bringing this, I mean, this you would go without hesitation calling these wines being long on the palate. That there is the length and opulence to the wine, which this vineyard is known for. So phenomenal. Again, as I mentioned earlier, probably you wanted 5, but really 10 more years of bottle age in the right condition. As this oak at the moment is probably more visible, but I know their wines really well, and that's actually really magic happens over the next 5-10 years when this one becomes more integrated and becomes more complex over time. So scoring wise, if you're in this game, sort of, if you're interested, I would probably go with 96 plus. So when you actually look at through the notes and you look at through the scores, etc., probably that's going to be as high as you would give to Bâtard. Great wine. Let me know your thoughts. I'm just curious to hear, who is your favorite Bâtard-Montrachet Grand Cru producer? I hope you enjoyed it. And well, the most important part of this video, thanks to you, because you're the reason why I do it, why I record it. I hope you like it, and speak soon. All the best.